A Shalom Akyam, Wamalakyam, Wa'akwath, of the elect of the nation of Israel, the nation of Yashar Allah. This is Issachar coming back at you again with another video in regards to a vivid dream slash vivid vision I had last night. Okay, in the topic of reports slash agents slash okay prophecy, okay, because these are visions that brothers are getting, especially during the time of the Passover. Okay, these are spiritual dreams that are currently happening, okay, in the background, okay, behind the curtains, but also prophecy in terms of having good report, okay, being in a very good standing when it comes down to teaching sound doctrine, which the word sound, okay, when you go into the word sound doctrine, it means healthy teachings, teachings that will keep you stable in the times of evil. Okay, but hey, before I go any further, I give all praises to my power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Wa, Raha Kwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which are the men that taught me the 100% truth according to the law and the testimony of the Holy Scriptures. Now, the last time I had a vivid dream, that was during summer, around the months of July and August, which a quick summary of this dream I had about was it like 5 6 months ago. Okay, it was all hell was breaking loose, and I was at a grocery store with a brother, and then there was two Jakes who had who wanted to get carnal, and one of the brothers, okay, a Reubenite brother, which according to the scriptures, the firstborn of Israel of our brothers, that was Reuben. So in this dream, Reuben, okay, he received spiritual powers, okay, to protect me, okay, protect me from two carnal Jakes, okay, who were just demons, and the Reubenite brother, he received spiritual powers, okay, and he started handling business, okay, but that's a summary of the last vivid dream I had, okay, during the summer. And now fast forward to now, okay, which we are in the New Year's, okay, spring season. That's the beginning of the New Year's, is when everything's being renewed, being born. Okay, you have times of the Passover, okay, during the time of ancient Egypt, when Yahweh Shemel Shai started amplifying, okay, the plagues. And part of amplifying the plagues, okay, what Yahweh Shemel Shai does too, he starts amplifying brothers' visions and dreams. Okay, so don't think it's something strange if you start getting vivid dreams, whether it's about persecution, all hell breaking loose, spiritual powers. That's another example of a vivid dream, like the one I gave you, brothers, in summary, that I had last summer. And this one, okay, this vivid dream I had last night is entitled a printed right here. I wrote it down because Jake, Israel, okay, we have a very short attention span. Okay, and me as an example, when I have dreams, if I don't write them down, man, Jake starts, forgetting quickly. Okay, but I wrote it down. I took some notes. If brothers want to take a screenshot on it, want to screenshot it, save it to, if you have a so-called group chat, you might have a group chat, or you might talk to brothers. You want to share this to the Akyam wa Akwath, right? So there's again a vision or a vivid dream I had last night, entitled right here, vivid dream of a printed long row of spreadsheets with the names of major Hebrew Israelite camps in London. And I'm going to explain the settings, because whenever brothers have vivid, very clear visions, because it's prophetic. Okay, these events are prophetic, whether they're current or futuristic. Okay, there's always a setting. The Lord will show you where you're at. Okay, might be in a specific city in Babylon. Okay, out of state. Okay, out of Babylon the Great. And in this setting, it was in London, and I'm going to explain how I knew I was in London. It says, and their exact dates of camp videos. So in this dream, okay, I'm gonna break it down, but before I go any further, let me get a precept here. Okay, I think that's in Sirach, or is it Wisdom of Solomon? I had it on deck here, but give me a second, Akim. Wisdom of Solomon. Let me get that. This is it should be in 18. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18. Okay, give me a second. If they not be sent from the Most High, pay no attention. This is GNT. Khan, Sirach 34, and I'll start at 1. And it says, in the title, dreams mean nothing. Okay, and this is a twofold. At times, you may have a vision, and it's just something just random, like Esau likes to call it. At a psychological level, it's just things that you've seen, in your so-called day-to-day life, or you might have just seen a lot of movies, But it tells you here in verse 7, in verse 6 down to 7, it says, unless the Most High has sent you the dream, pay no attention to it. Okay, and if you're a brother or sister that has the spirit of discernment, okay, if those dreams that you have, if they connect to biblical prophecy, and that's how you know the Most High sent those dreams. John 3 and was that 24:27? A man can receive nothing except it be given unto him from the heavens. But here, okay, in verse, I'll start at 1. It says, foolish people are deceived by vain hopes, and dreams get them all excited. A person who pays any attention at all to dreams is like someone who tries to catch shadows or chase the wind. What you see in a dream is no more real than the reflection of your face in a mirror. What is unreal can no more produce something real than what is dirty can produce something clean. Dreams, divination, and omens are all nonsense. You see in them only what you want to see, unless the Most High, or we could use on the other hand, okay, on the flip side, because again, I gave the example, you might have specific dreams that are just vain. Give a example. You might have a dream of somebody chasing you, or because everybody has those common dreams. These are common dreams. You're getting chased. You try to run fast, but in reality you're running slow. Or you might feel like you're falling, and then you just wake up all of a sudden. Just giving those examples. Common dreams really are just vain, because pretty much every collectively, even the heathens have specific dreams that are common. But when it comes down to the ministry of this truth pertaining to camps, Hebrew Israelite camps, certain agents, demons, prophetic events, the World War III, the R fight. These are very rare dreams that only a few are able to receive, and then display them to the congregation. So this, when you apply verse 6, it says, unless the Most High Yahweh has sent you the dream, pay no attention to it. Dreams have misled many people. They put their faith in them only to be disappointed. Okay, but we understand that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, as it tells you in Hebrews 11 and 1. Now, when you read the context in verse 2, it says, "For by it the elders," okay, for by what? By faith, the elders obtain a good report. Okay, and this is where I want to touch on in this dream. Okay, it was in the topic of reports, good reports, bad reports, um, agents taking notes on different Hebrew Israelite camp videos, audios, intel, and that's where I want to touch on verse 6. Unless the Most High has sent you that dream, okay, and I believe through faith, man, 100% sure that this vision, it was sent by Yahweh Shemel Shai, because again, the a lot of the dreams, the visions, when it comes down to prophecy in terms of congregations and the different camps, hey, these are dreams of Yahweh Shemel Shai, especially during the time of the Passover. And in this dream, like I wrote down right here, okay, I was in a stadium, okay, in this stadium, for you brothers that that play, you might play a sport, the sport of football, soccer, which is a very popular sport. Okay, I was with this team here. Okay, this is play this Paris Saint German Academy of the United Kingdom. Okay, so there's a dream. It took place in London. Okay, and how I knew I was in London again in this dream, I was in a stadium, and I was in the locker room. And in this locker room, I was with specifically this soccer player right here. Okay, which I'm a brother that, I grew up playing soccer. Um, but in this dream, I was with these soccer players, especially him. Okay, which these are old Jakes, man, and that's a spirit because a lot of them have, the beard. Okay, this is, I believe, that's an Asherite, but that's not important. What's important is that in that dream, I was in the locker room of this soccer team, and I was part of the team. I was actually part of this soccer team, and we were kind of like very low in the spirit in terms of we lost like 3 4 soccer teams, soccer games. We lost 3 4 soccer games, and we were just low in the spirit. But then you had this. It was like this captain. In some dreams you might um not see the exact figure of that specific person, but it's just that spirit, and that spirit started making like kind of like chants, like music to motivate us, and everybody started getting motivated, and I was so motivated that I had to tell everybody, look, man, I gotta go use the restroom. So again, I was with these soccer players, and like I said, that's spiritual because they have beards, man. Okay, which I believe in the spirit that these were like might have been brothers. Okay, in the form of soccer players who were trying to get their hopes up, trying to get their faith boosted up. But again, the reason why in the dream why it was in Paris, if you look at their logo, okay, it has that I believe it's called the London Eiffel Tower. I don't know the exact name. Um, Eiffel Tower. Okay, I forgot the name of that. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Watkins Tower was partially completed. I think this is the tower. I'm not sure, but I am sure that it was in London. It says right here, Great Tower of London. Yeah, Paris. You see that? So and their logo for this soccer team, Saint Paris. Okay, you see that? It has that logo out there in London. Okay, but the name of that team is Paris Saint Germain. Okay, that was the setting of the dream. I was in a stadium, in a locker, in the locker room, getting turned up in the spirit. Okay, and I was so turned up, I had to go use the rest. I'm like, yeah, I'll be back. I gotta go use the restroom, man. And while I was heading in the restroom, okay, I passed by these offices. You know, and every stadium has that. Every stadium, especially if it's a huge stadium, they have a kind of like offices where you have, workers, working on laptops, computers. But this office was like a kind of like a low key secret office where, you know, in the dream it resembled as in there was agents. And when I say agents, I'm speaking about Edomite agents, heathen agents, and also agents of our own people who worked with the opposition. They worked with the enemy, okay, to gather data, okay, which the word data pretty much just means information, okay, and like I wrote it down right here, okay, what I saw, okay, while I was heading on my way heading to the restroom, there was this like small office. Let me get an example, man. Let me get a small office, okay. Let me give an example, okay. Let me see, small office. Well, let me type in many offices in a building. Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Many offices in a building. All right, con. Something like this right here. Okay. Yep, something like right here. So let's say I'm heading to the restroom and there's no one here. Okay, just imagine in this dream. Okay, since it was like a kind of like it was a post soccer game, I believe. Yeah, it was a post soccer game. Getting turned up. Getting motivated. Just imagine nobody's here. It's just the offices with the computers or laptops, and as I'm walking through that little hall right here, you see that hall right here, that hall. Okay, the spirit led me to kind of like right here to this last office seat. Okay, which instead of that computer on the right side, there was a laptop slash desktop computer right here, and like you kind of see like there's like a little paper. Okay, but in this dream, it was a spreadsheet, and it was a long one. It was like a long row. Okay, but this row, you're able to snap the spreadsheets from it. Like if you want to take a picture of it or just kind of like fax it, you can actually take it off from that row. Okay, if I'm making sense, right? So when I was on my way to the restroom, I saw that row of spreadsheet. Okay, and then in the very top spreadsheet, okay, there was and I wrote it down here. There was the exact dates. Okay, and I remember seeing the date of last month. It was February 2. Okay, and the most recent video slash camp session was one of the apostles and elders. So example, okay, so it was like a spreadsheet. Yeah, I wrote it down right here. Okay, it had the name of the agent. Okay, there was agents involved. Okay, with the spreadsheets. So, for example, let's say on A for the spreadsheet, it was the name of that specific agent. Okay, and spreadsheet B, it was the name of the camp video. Okay, and it might have said elders apostles ministry. Okay, just giving that example out. And then on C, it had the name of the church. Okay, it had the name of the agent assigned for that specific church, the name of the camp video on B, and on C, it had the name of the church, congregation, state. So you would have on A the name of that agent, on B the title of the video of the that specific camp session, and next to it it would say a Great Millstone, and then it will give you the state. It will be Great Millstone, New York. It could be Great Millstone, Texas, and then right next to it had the date. Okay, which the date was February. Okay, it could be February 21, February 26. Okay, 2023, and then next to it, which is A B C A B C D E on the E side. Okay, right here you have D, but just imagine there's an E. Right here, it had a signature, okay, that resembled kind of like the agent saying, look, I already checked this video. I already checked this audio. I checked the audio. I checked the video. I got enough intel. I read the comment boards. Okay, that was what I saw in this vivid video. So right here, I wrote down some side notes of every camp videos. You also had IUIC. IUIC was in there too, but they were like at the bottom. Okay, it would be like, on the first, let's say the first seven, it would say like Great Millstone from New York, from Connecticut, from Texas, just the major camps of brothers. And all the way on the bottom, you would have like maybe like IUIC, and then you had like Sakari, ISUPK. But then you keep going more down, it would say Great Millstone, Great Millstone, Great Millstone. There was more Great Millstone camps than there was the other camps. Okay, major camps, because you do have offshoot camps. You do have these small ministries who are just kind of like on the bench, kind of like substitutes, which is nothing wrong, but we're just those brothers. Like, for example, us brothers, hey, we're offshoot camp. We're like on the sideline slash bench slash team B. Okay, like in high school, you might have varsity, and we might be just JV, or just the freshmen, the novices, which we pray we never get lifted up with pride, but novices, okay, lifted up with humility, Lord's will. We're just on the sidelines, just watching, videos, taking notes, and just staying in our lane. So we would be those camps who are just all the way on the bottom. Okay, we're not that big of a deal. Okay, when it comes down to comparing brothers to like the higher ranks, but like I was giving you brothers this vivid example and this vision and this dream, the elders apostles of Great Millstone, and they were the top priority, man. So every time, because the apostles and elders and these different camps, the majority of the times when they'll display their camp videos, that's every Saturday. So every Saturday, that was like kind of like the busiest day of the week for the agents. They had to actually sit down, okay, sit their asses down and just listen to the audio, listen to what's being said, pursuing to scriptures, okay. And another note I took here is that the spreadsheets, they were printed in black. Okay, so you had the names of the Hebrew Israelite camps, the names, the dates, the locations, but the only thing that wasn't printed, okay, through a computer, it was the signatures, and those signatures were the signatures of agents who would, at the end of every audio that they would listen to, they would have to sign it off to prove that, okay, they verified the audio, they verified the videos and the words that were being spoken at that particular day. And I wrote it down right here. It says printed in black, but signatures with pen, as if someone was in charge for the specific camp. And when they were done listening, they had to check it off with their personal signature. Okay, and right here, what caught my attention in this vivid dream, I wrote it down right here. It says behind the spreadsheet. So what I did, because I said I was gonna go use the restroom, so this had to be quick, because you don't want to. You want to be discreet. Matter of fact, let me get a precept on that. Okay, discretion. This is the book of Proverbs 2:11. Discretion shall preserve thee, understanding shall keep thee. So when you go into that word discretion, it says
discretion,
the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way to avoid causing offense or revealing private information circumspect. So in this dream I had to be very cautious, man, to like just hurry up, use the restroom and come back. But again, in the spirit, I was able to see these spreadsheets. I got the spreadsheet and I tried to take a picture of it in my dream, right? I'm like, man, how come I can't take a picture? And the phone started like acting up. And I know it was the demons that didn't want the information to come out. But in the dream, I was like, man, if I take a picture of this screenshot, man, and then, if I get the pic, I'm gonna show it to the apostles and show it to the whole congregation, man, to tell them what's going on with these agents, and just put the word out there, expose the works of darkness, like it tells you here, expose the works of darkness. I think that's in Ephesians 5:11, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. You see, so our job is to expose wickedness, man. Okay, and that's part of having a good report. When you go into Hebrews 11:2, for by it the elders obtain a good report. And when you go into that word report in Hebrews 11:2,
Strong's G 3140. Martureo.
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 Now look what it says. It says to testify, evidence. You see, so in that dream, I was able to obtain evidence. Okay, I was able to record it with my phone because I took pictures of it in the dream, in the vision, man. Okay, and this very vivid dream, I pulled my phone out, and as I was heading to the restroom. Okay, which it was hard to take a picture because the demons would start messing with your phone and shit like that. But I was able to take a picture of it, and then when I took a picture of it, I used the restroom briefly, and I came back, kind of like heading back to the office to leave that spreadsheet back. But that's when the dream kind of like shifted, changed. But I was able to get enough evidence, okay, enough report to testify, man, to be a witness, you see. And when you go down here, it says to be a witness, to bear witness, to affirm that one has seen, okay, which when you see something, it could be in a form of a dream or vision, okay, but also you could see it through reality, or heard or experienced something, or that he, okay, the apostles and elders and even the young brothers, he knows it because he was taught by divine revelation or inspiration. You see, so this is Yahweh Shemel Shaiman, okay, telling us brothers that, hey, there's agents, okay, there's secret councils who are behind the scenes and listening to brothers' videos, your audios, everything you say, man, is being used against the report, like it tells you in prophecy, that a lot of brothers will be brought before governors and kings, okay, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy. It says to give, not to keep back. You see that? So that was the spirit, because in this dream, as I was trying to take a picture of the spreadsheets of every major Hebrew Israelite camp, okay, there was a force, which we call them demons, that try to keep me back from not taking the picture and show it to the congregation, man. But if you're really a witness, okay, you try to get enough data through righteousness, okay, to display to the brothers. So it says here, not to keep back, a testimony, to utter honorable testimony, to give a good report. You see, and that was a spirit too, because in them spreadsheets, okay, like I saw in the dream, okay, it was kind of like these agents were taking like reports, they were taking intel and data to see who the real men of the Lord were and who weren't the real men of the Lord, if I'm making sense. Okay, and like I said, top priority was the elders apostles, which when you go into Hebrews 11 and 2, for by it the elders obtained a good report. And when you go into that word report or having a good report, it said what? A noun, a person's high standing among others. You see? So in this dream of the spreadsheets, the number one camp out of all the Hebrew Israelite camps, and I'm not saying this out of pride, okay? I'm saying this out of the vision that I seen, and which I believe in the spirit too, that the true man of the Lord, is the elders apostles, man. You see, and you would have the control position, you would have even amongst our own people, like it tells you in the book of let me get that. First Maccabees 11 and 21. Okay, our own people, which a lot of them are wicked, these agents of our own people who work with the opposition, they hate the apostles, man. They hate the ring because they know in the spirit that these men, okay, of the elders of at Great Millstone, these are the men that walked with Yahushua, man. And that's a that's a very beautiful thing if you think about it as a believer, man. If these are the men that walked with Yahushua, okay, during the time of his ministry, and also those I believe that was Elisha or Elisha, those are prophets that our forefathers hid during the time of Jezebel. Hey, these same prophets, man, hey, they're back with the apostles and elders, man, especially at Great Millstone, and these are the men that are are being you know our own people are mocking them, laughing at them, saying they're rapists, saying that they don't have the 100% truth, saying that there's no spiritual powers, saying all manner of slandering. Okay, but these same spirits that are slandering, okay, going back to First Maccabees 11:21, then came ungodly persons, right, Israelites, who hated their own people, went unto the king, okay, which I believe that king was the Edomite king during that time, and told him that Jonathan, which that symbolism to the man of the Lord, okay, besieged the tower. So you're gonna have agents in every single major Hebrew Israelite camp who work with the control position, and they give intel to Esau Edom about the whereabouts, our whereabouts, if I'm making sense. Those same spirits who hated Israel in the time of the Maccabees, hey, they're back here in their lot amongst these major camps, man, like I saw in my vision. In my vision, I saw also, okay, I took some notes here. Side notes, it says I wrote that some agents were actually assigned to multiple camps. So you had a specific agents with bigger lots who will actually take care of two, three camps. Maybe one camp from Las Vegas, the other camp from California, um, whether it's San Francisco, LA. Okay, and I'm not just speaking about Great Millstone, but these different camps, IUAC, ISUBK. So you had a lot of wicked Israelites, which you're gonna have a few of them, a few agents who will actually convert. They're gonna be like, man, these are really the men of the Lord, and they're gonna repent. But you're gonna have other agents who will not repent, who will stay with the control position and try to snitch slash rat, okay, with the opposition. Okay, and these are the agents, a lot of them who work, okay, with the Edomites, like it tells you in First Maccabees 11:21. Then came ungodly persons, which are Israelites, who hated their own people, and the reason why a lot of the agents of our own people are working with Esau is because they hate us. And when I say us, because hey, we're also testimonies, we're witnesses of Yahweh Shema Shai. And when you go into the root word of the word report, okay, it gives you what? Strong's G 144, which that's a very spiritual number.
Strong's G 3144. Martus.
Martus,
Martus.
a witness, a legal sense, one who is a spectator of anything. Those who, after his example, have proved the strength and genuineness of their faith in Hamashiach by undergoing a violent death. And that's a twofold. That's gonna happen at a that's happening at a spiritual level where okay, brothers are being slandered at, being laughed at, mocked at, like it tells you in Second Chronicles 36 and 16, and they mock the prophets. Matter of fact, let me pull that off. Let me get it. Second Maccabees. Not Second Maccabees, Second Chronicles 36 and 16. Okay, because you could spiritually, violently murder a brother, okay, by slandering his name, accusations, okay, just all manner of abominations to put the reputation or the name of a man of the Lord, okay, at a low degree. Second Chronicles 36:16. But they mock, who's the day that's going into not just Esau, Edom, but out of our own people. They mock the messengers, which the word messengers in the Hebrew is Alahayim, which are also prophets, judges of Yahweh. And they despise his words, right? They despise the report. Okay, matter of fact, who has believed our report? I think that's in Isaiah Khan 53 and 1. Who hath believed our report? And not just any report, but our good report. Okay, because hey, every day brothers that make videos, whether it's in terms of testimonies, visions, prophetic events, news articles, experiences at a spiritual level, these are examples of our good report. Really, these reports that we give out, there's nothing that there's nothing bad or negative you can say against it. Now you might have mockers who say, "Oh, you're twisting scriptures. You're saying this or that." But at the end of the day, man, we're giving you the good report. We're giving you sound doctrine to its purest form. Okay, and to whom is the arm of Yahweh revealed? See, so the arm of the Lord, which is Yahweh Shai, has been revealed to who? To the prophets. Okay, the prophets, the elders, which we believe they are the men of great millstone. Okay, but going back to Second Chronicles 36:16, and they misused his prophets. You see an example of misusing the prophets. Okay, again, um, slandering names. Okay, saying that they don't have 100% truth. Okay, saying that they're proud, saying that they're rapists. Okay, what else? Um, Displaying their personal information online, going into the comment boards and disguising yourselves as other men, other users, but you're that same person who's been scoffing for years. These are examples of misusing the prophets. Okay, spitting at them, threatening them. Okay, these are just a few examples of how you misused, okay, a man of the Lord, and that's a very dangerous thing. Or another thing too, the way you approach a brother. Okay, yeah, brothers got to be careful how you speak to other brothers. Okay, shit, it's like I always tell the Ak, hey, always start off by saying, hey, Shalom, Ak. Okay, not just, hey, just, speak to a brother like you'll speak to Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, and be careful how you speak to that specific brother. Hey, because hey, you don't know who he is. Hey, he might be Zebulon. He might be the actual Asherite out of the 12 tribes of Israel, the firstborns of the nation. Okay, you might be speaking to one of the prophets of Gad, who were in the time of Chronicles or the time of the Kings. You might be speaking to the sons of Tola. Okay, just the sons of Yahweh who are part of the 144,000. You see, so you brothers and sisters, you got to be very extra careful how you speak and approach brothers, man. It says, until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people. You see, and there was no remedy. So a lot of these agents in this dream that I had, they will work for a lot of them worked for Esau, which I perceived it in the spirit. I wrote it down right here. In summary, what I perceived in the dream, all agents, Israelite mainly man, okay, they report back to headquarters, which is in London. For some reason, in the spirit, in this dream, the headquarters of agent provocateurs control position. And I don't know why. If brothers want to post it on the comment board, I don't know why London. Okay, but it says I wrote it down every week or every Sabbath. So every 7 to 8 days, these agents who work with the different camps, they would go report everything back to a higher up, and then that higher up would report it back to headquarters, which is in London. And I don't know why in London, but that was the setting of the dream. Now, another thing I want to make sure I bring out, okay, and those spreadsheets right here. So I remember when I got the one of the spreadsheets, I flipped it around just to make sure it was blank, okay, or there wasn't no other information, but actually there was. In the top spreadsheet that it's not, I didn't rip it off, but kind of like because it was connected with the other spreadsheets. Okay, when I looked behind it, there was a device. Okay, and let me see if I could get brothers examples of this device. Okay, um, so this device, it was like a earpiece device. Let me see. Yep, kind of like a Bluetooth, but it was kind of like transparent. There you go. So this device that these right here, Secret Service. Yep, but it didn't have this little long cord. It didn't have the cord. It was just the top. Okay, so this is the device that these agents had when they would encounter brothers camps. Okay, or maybe two in the spirit how I resembled it. You would have just like random men who would just walk next to the camp for like a 5-10 second span, but they'll just get the audio. If you're a brother that's speaking, that person will just walk by the camp, and whatever you're saying, the audio it will pick it up. Okay, so yep, yeah, like right here, um, yep, right here, but without that little cord. So these agents, okay, they had a earpiece, okay, or a small piece of, it's like a special transparent technology of Esau that he gives out to these jakes, man. Okay, I wrote it down right here. I perceive to be technology that agents wear while being amongst major camps. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. These there's a dream I had last night, man, about these agents. But what I want to get is that in Philippians 2:14, which we know these agents are, getting reports of every camp. But here in Philippians 2:14 it says what? Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of Yahweh, without rebuke in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among while ye shine as lights in the world. So the elders apostles being the top priority of Esau Edom on the list. Okay, these brothers, hey, they were in the spirit. I perceive them to be blameless and harmless. Hey, Yahushua said what about harmless? Really, they have nothing to say against us, man. And if they do, it's just slandering lies uh, to demonize brothers. Okay, but we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he's on our side. If Matthew 10:16, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You see, so right now we're being harmless. We're taking the low. Okay, we just want to teach the word, man. We just want prophecy to fulfill itself. Okay, be blameless, walking circumspect. Trying not to get into all kinds of drama. Not trying to get like it tells you. There's a precept. Um, yep, Ephesians 5:27 that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle, meaning not having a bad report, not teaching false doctrine, because a lot of these camps will teach false doctrines. For example, you have one body in Yahushua that says that Yahushua he never walked on water, and if he did, that's witchcraft. You have a different sects, SECT sections of camps that slander their elders, their leaders, that teach contrary to the sound doctrine that they've learned in the beginning. Just being men of vain, okay, conversations, man. These are men who have spots and wrinkles in their spirit, meaning they have a very unclean doctrine, a doctrine that confuses you, that bugs you out, man. But we know that when you come into the true doctrine, okay, it will have no spots, it will have no wrinkles or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. So the doctrine that we're teaching you, brothers and sisters, is a doctrine that has no wrinkles, no spots. Okay, it's holy and has no blemish, and that's a display of Yahushai. Yahushai is that okay lamp. First Peter 1:19. But with the precious blood of Hamashiach, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. With that, I pray this edifying. I will say shalom.